Hey everybody, welcome to another rendition of Mir Musk. I know we had a little slight pause there for a week, but thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Today, I am blessed by the graces. I feel privileged. I feel honored to be here with one of the greatest comedians to be coming out of New York City right now, possibly our generation's Sarah Silverman, Gracie Canaan. And it's just an honor to meet you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Hi, I just want to make 1,000% sure that you're not trolling me.
I'm not trolling you right now. I
Are
just
you
like to,
sure?
I swear to Christ, I'm not trolling.
Okay.
I like to be as uplifting and as appropriately supportive as possible within reason.
Okay, that's amazing because no one's ever complimented me like that and not deserving of it. But honestly, dude, thanks for having me on. It's been a hard day. So this is exactly what are you drinking? Tell me you're drinking something alcoholic.
White claws. You know, there's no laws when there's claws.
Hell yeah. No, this might be the exact uplifting situation I need today. So troll or not, I mean,
Troll or not, exactly. No,
go for it.
so I just want to understand real quick what happened right here because you told me off air a little bit about the
Oh my
allergic
God.
thing.
Okay. Yeah. So I usually don't have a band-aid on my head. And also I happen to situate the camera like right, like looking dead on my eyebrow. Um, I had a really hard day. That has nothing to do with how this happened.
Right.
And I was really bummed. And my cat starts being really cute. Here she is. Her name's Engine. She's fat and she's a twat. And she starts like playing and she's really cute. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. She can like tell I'm down and she's playing. So I start chasing her and then I
Right.
slip. And this is like an hour ago. This was like, I was so close to emailing you and being like, I don't know if I can make it.
Right.
And I slipped and I hit my head and I was like, that was weird. And then a couple seconds later, I touched it and I was like, that's blood. I
Oh,
gotta get out there. But you know what? We're good
you're
now.
powering through
We
it.
have insurance. We have wine.
We have wine, we have seltzers. You know, it's just a good night. Tonight's Monday. Everyone here with a real job should be relaxing. um, uh,
Yeah.
I do want to address something real quick before we dive into you, Gracie. No pun intended, but declined host here. Did Chow quit the show? No, he did not. He is right now on a sabbatical, and he'll be back very soon. So don't worry your little
Decline
mind
host.
about that.
Is someone trying to host? Does this
No,
happen often?
no, it's just our fans. You know, they're just wondering what my co-host
Oh.
is tonight.
How many people are watching right now? I can't see.
We got 6 watching right now. Hopefully more
Hell
coming in.
yeah. No, I
Definitely.
love that. This is a party. Honestly, if this was a bar show, I'd be like, this is enough. Hell
Exactly.
yeah. Let's have fun.
So
You wanted to dive in, you want to clear the air on something.
yeah, exactly. So Gracie
On our feud, on our beef.
on
We've
our
got
many
beef.
yeah, we definitely have beef. No. I just want to dive into first your early childhood as a let's say what inspired
Love
you to
this.
become a comedian, honestly, at any
This is
point
the
in
best date
time.
I've ever been on.
I love it.
Um,
I mean, yeah, I definitely want to wine and dine you a little bit here. So let's bring it back. Let's learn a little bit about you real quick. What
yeah,
brought you to
okay.
become a comedian, a female comedian? Because it's probably very testy in New York City.
The female part, believe it or not a hard choice. Was just kind of born that way. So that kind of took a lot of decision making weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
So how did I do? I guess I grew up in a very creative family. So my dad was a writer and had a background in acting, and my mom was like a caterer, chef, and like had a background in drawing and art. So
Right.
they were always very supportive, which I feel very lucky about. They looked at me early on and they were like, "She's not going to be a doctor. She is not. She is struggling through seventh grade math." We're gonna support her in going into theater and art.
Great. Gotta
And
make
that's
that
what I did.
money.
I went to arts. What?
No, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, no, I feel really lucky because I feel like a lot of creative people I know have to kind of swim upstream against,
Right.
their parents' support. So I was very lucky to have that. And then I went to art school for design. Really, really missed film, missed acting. But when I graduated, I couldn't like figure out a time commitment, like a way to do that with my full-time job and my loans and everything.
Right.
So I was like, I try to like join community theater and all this stuff. Like stand-up really didn't even occur to me. I was never like, I want to be a stand-up. I was like, I want to write, I want to act, I want to film make, whatever. But I never thought I was like particularly funny at all. I still don't, just for the record. But and then I was living in Philadelphia at the time. I was toying with the idea
You're
of going
a
to open
Philly
mics.
girl.
I've seen, and by the way, is the volume okay here? I'm holding it far away.
Can bring it down just a tad.
Can I bring it like down?
Keep going.
Like, what if it's like this?
That's fine.
Really? That is so far.
This bitch is loud as shit.
It's what?
It's no, you're a little loud, but it's all right. It's all right. Right there is perfect. Just hold that by your crotch. You're perfect. All right?
How did that happen? All right, I'll try to speak slowly or softly too, which is not my forte.
No, girl, be you.
So I was in Philly for a couple of years for a job. Kept chickening out about trying mics. And then my boyfriend at the time, currently roommate, we'll get into that later, got me a class for my birthday or for Christmas. And so he got me a class at Helium Comedy Club, and it was kind of off to the races. I really had no plans or expectations that I would keep doing it nonstop for 8 years.
Right.
Like that it would like just drive so much of my life, for better or worse. Yeah, and I've been doing that since. I didn't really get too into the early childhood stuff, but prod away. I'm drinking my orange wine.
Yeah, let's dive in some, PTSD here. No, I'm kidding. No.
Where are you located, by the way, right now? Where are you?
I am from the gateway of the West, St. Louis City.
No way. Wait, St. Louis, like St. Louis, Missouri?
Yeah. The Cardinals,
cool.
the Blues, all that shit. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay,
yes,
nice. I've heard that that's fun for comedy. If I come through there, I'll hit you up.
Oh, definitely. It'll be fun to come see a show and whatnot. Maybe interview you in person. Who knows? But let's get back into it. So you have an amazing childhood. You're supported by your family. So there's really no trauma there, basically, going out there.
There's trauma. There's for sure trauma.
What's the most traumatic experience you think that helped propel you with your comedy career that you've used?
Oh, I mean, they were very supportive of creativity, but I mean, my parents had like a super messy divorce. There was a lot of alcoholism, a lot of like fighting, a lot of it was very, very emotionally tumultuous and very unstable. Okay. I'm lucky enough to like have all my family members in good health now. We all like get along. We've all kind of cobbled it together as best we can. But I mean, like many comics, humor was definitely like a coping mechanism. Right. And it still is in a lot of ways. But I think,
Okay. So obviously you do have some type of traumatic experience going on that you've been able to fuse into your comedy. So early childhood or into your young adult life, you're kind of killing it in the theater scene or movie scene or whatever the hell you were doing. You were enjoying it.
Oh, no, not at all. I was not at all. No, I was like a theater nerd. I was not killing it at all. I was like doing my thing, being a fucking nerd. And then I went to art school and like barely did any theater. I just want to make it very clear that I was not killing anything except slowly myself by inhaling charcoal from all of the live drawing sessions.
There you go.
Continue.
There you go. Anyway, so you're killing it. And you're enjoying your time. You're doing what you need to do to survive and get by in life. And then you decide somehow to do your first open mic. And what kind of brought you to that place? So you're like, you know what? Let's do my first open comedic mic. Why not? What was going through your mind?
Well, I didn't make it to my first open mic because I was too scared. So my first time going up was my class.
Okay.
So I started in a very like safe incubated space because I would show up and there was an instructor saying, here's a setup, here's a punchline, here's like this, here's that. So the first show I had, the first time I did it in front of an audience was the graduation class.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
yeah, I will say this, I did kill.
Yeah,
I
there you
did crush.
go.
And
No hecklers, no nothing.
my what?
No
My
heck,
what?
no
No.
hecklers.
No
No.
heckle. I mean, it was all like friends and family of
Oh
like
no.
the students, but that would have been so fucking funny. If there were any hecklers, it would have been my own shithead friends.
Right.
Um, but it was a moment where I was like, oh, I never felt like I was naturally good at something.
Okay.
Until
That
like
moment.
that. Yeah. And I still don't think I'm like exceptional or anything, but I do think it's like the most natural thing that came to me, and that felt good after like trying so many things and fighting and stuff. I was like, this just it feels like so
Raw. It feels
like
good. Yeah.
yeah, and like like right and
Right.
easy. If only I knew then. Easy. Easy. I was like, oh, this is fucking that there's kind of a common running joke that like the first time you ever go up, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I crushed. I'm Chappelle. I'm doing everything. And then the second time you go up, you're like, and you just bomb your dick off. And you're like, oh, this is hard.
Right.
So yeah, I think, and then from there I did, open mics in Philly, and then I slowly did shows. And then 6 months later, I moved to New York, not because I thought I was
Killing it.
a big deal. Not because I thought I was killing it. I moved
You
there for a
go to
job.
the Stand in New York.
Yeah, I was like, I'm ready for the big city after 6 months of doing comedy. No, it was quite the opposite. I was like, should I stay here to get more time and like a smaller scene? But I had to go. I had to follow the money. I had to
Like you'd
follow the
rather be
salary.
a small fish in a big pond than rather a large fish in a small pond, right? You know that metaphor.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, there were some things I wish I'd done differently in the transition, but
Right. I mean, you just
that's
learn
how
from
you
those things.
learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick, a fan has a question for you. Has she ever worked with stand-up comedian legend Ray DeVito?
I have not worked with him. I've probably been on a show with him, and I've seen him a few times at the Stand. Like we bumped into each other. And I think he asked me to do his podcast, which that's a good reminder. I need to get back to him.
Yeah,
and
he's a
someone
great man.
was like proceed with caution on his podcast.
Yes, I've been on his podcast. He's been on mine. He's a great gentleman. You will enjoy being on there. Trust me. He treats all the ladies very respectfully. So he's a great
Okay, amazing. There was part of the reason why I came up on here with my guard up, speaking of, is because, as you know, female comics get like so trolled, so heckled. And there was an incident, not going to name names or specifics,
okay,
but a few years ago, a particularly right wing or like conservative outlet, platform had on a female comedian under the guise of doing like a real interview,
right,
and basically ended up like negging her the entire time, and she walked off in the middle of it, and I was like, oh God, is this so I'm always ready for that.
Exactly. My thing is this though, it's good as humans. Like I'm not in no right-wing outlet. Who gives a fuck about that garbage? But at the end of the day, it is good to ask pressing questions with your guests, because that's when you get the real rawness. That's where you get, the real answer.
Ask away. There's like, I don't think really anything that I shy away from. I will shy away from some political stuff. Just because
you're a public figure.
Well, just because I'm a fucking idiot, and I know that I'm gonna say something. Like, I know I'm like so unqualified to say anything that I like. No one needs my opinion. It's less like I'm upset about things and just like shut the fuck up, Gracie. Like, don't have anything out there.
Gracie, how old are you? Let me guess. Judging by the scar on your right eye. Oh, that's left. My bad. No, I'm kidding. You're probably what? 6. You're 8 years in. You're 8 years deep. I say you're about 31.
32.
Fuck! I almost had it. All right.
Nailed it. Oh yeah. Don't remind me.
No,
I
no,
have like
you
a
look great.
daily.
You look great, sister. You look perfect.
Thank you.
Of
I have to
course.
start lying about my age. The industry doesn't want me. And I just got a commercial agent and he was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna like perform great as a suburban mom." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I sleep on a twin size bed in Brooklyn. Like, what are you?" So
Right.
I'm a mom, I'm a grandma in the entertainment
Oh,
industry.
you got the wool cap going, so you're already on the way drinking wine. So you straight. There you
Yep,
go,
I got
sister.
like my mommy. Sorry, I also was looking at this because I realized this is cracked. So just
It's fine.
another great, hey,
Just
just
another
another
addition to
win
it.
for today. Yeah, I'm 32. Like I said, if you can ask a woman her age, then you know nothing else is off limits.
So perfect. Okay, I asked your age. Great. So
Hmm.
is it kind of like annoying to you because you're a little older than us younger folks? Is it?
How old are you?
I'm 26. I just turned 26 this year.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm aeons. You could be my son
Exactly.
in the South.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
when in Rome.
yeah.
But does it kind of annoy you like these people have all these like I was just say they just speak out into the void or like on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it nowadays, Instagram, all that shit, just their political opinions, all their opinions on the shit. It's like, dude, no one really gives a fuck. Stop trying to spew your shit onto. Or do you kind of agree with that? It's their platform to do it. Like, what's your take
Oh,
on that?
I mean, first of all, I don't think it has to do anything with age thing. If anything, I think that millennials are way worse
Then Gen
than
Z.
Gen Z. I
Okay.
think I think Gen Z are like way more well adjusted and
Thank you.
original and
We are
more action oriented
damn straight.
than hearing their own voice, just being caught in this feedback loop. Um, I think both. I think generally I steer towards shutting up. And
Well, because you're
there was a
smarter.
time, what?
You're smarter though. You know not to fucking just speak on shit you don't
Don't
know.
ruin my brand. I'm trying at all costs to be a dumb bimbo, and you cannot take that away from me. No, I full disclosure, like 2016 when Trump won, 2020 like BLM protests. I was one of those people. I was
Oh
very like,
no.
oh for sure. I was so like, and I can admit that now. And I was like spew, and I will say it's like all those people going through still doing that now. It's great that we have freedom of speech. Okay, we have a lot of people, it's like they find catharsis in venting, they find catharsis in unity with other people. Okay, cool. But for the most part, I think that it is way more of a net negative. um Basically just find proving your own worth. That's what it is. It's liking
Right.
the sound of your own voice. There's also been this messaging that if you're silent, then you are right. Like, I mean, that's not a new notion. That's Martin Luther King, but
Respect.
there's right. Like, if you are silent, then you're with the voice of the oppressor. That was before social media, right? So it's like if you're in conversation at a party
Right.
and you don't say anything and you stand to the side or something, then that might count for something. But if you're not just incessantly tweeting, incessantly posting on your story, you don't know. Like, I'm not trying to like brag or toot my
No,
own
do your
horn
thing. Do
here,
your thing. Do your thing.
but I found it more cathartic for me to just raise money for Gaza, for medical aid, than to tweet about it and to
Right.
recirculate articles, blah, blah, blah. But that was just also me. I was like, I'm not doing anything by getting pissed, by ranting.
Right.
For me, I'm like type A. I'm going to post a link. I'm going to encourage people to vote. I'm going to match the donations. Boom. So that's kind of how I operate. I like to be a little more action oriented.
That's crazy to me because no, I mean not what you're doing, but like
Yeah.
the aspect of free Palestine, Jesus Christ. What you did
Yeah.
here, you just opened up a can of worms, girlfriend. But no, what you're
My
doing is
point is, I'm not
right,
going to engage in any debate. I'm just like, people are hurting.
right. Either
Let me
way,
set
yeah,
right. Like that. That's the thing. That's how I like to approach things. Is like, all right, no matter what side you are on, we can agree that if innocent people are dying, we want to help them.
We need a back.
Sure. So it doesn't, for me, that's like outside the realm of being political. It's like, hey, there are people hurting. Let's all pool together our coffee money and send it to people who need it. You know, like it's not even like right wing, left wing. It's like,
have you had I know because you're pretty tight. Probably, I'm guessing you're Jewish because Canaan is your last name, like we talked about, right?
I'm not Jewish.
You're not?
I'm not. I'm half Indian.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, yeah.
There was no good way you could respond to that. There was no. You picked the best way. Well, shit, girl. Well,
yeah, that's right. But
I mean, now that I'm kind of blonde, I could be anything. But yeah, I'm half Indian.
Yeah,
Happy
definitely.
Diwali to me. Yeah, you can't guess. Can't put me in a box, bitch.
Exactly.
I've dated fish fans, and I'm hardcore liberal. We don't know what's happening.
Fish fans, Jesus Christ, I love it.
Yeah, we can't.
What was I going to ask you? Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, here you go. Drink. Yeah, cheers.
I haven't stopped drinking. I'm probably gonna leave for a refill at some point.
No, you're good. I got to take a piss at some point in time. So.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah. So.
Amazing. I love that for you. Have you been hydrating like a good boy? I hope more than anything that it's clear. I hope more than I was about to say something so dark and I stopped myself.
No, I
don't want to be canceled one day.
Okay,
oh, it's not for you. I don't worry about offending you. I just really want to be famous and important one day. And I don't want like bullshit I said. I'm like,
Oh my God.
That's going to be redirected to my diary.
So Gracie, let's dive right. Forget about the Hamas and the children being beheaded. Let's go back into what's going on. So you as a comedian, you go on stage, let's say outside of the community college you did it at, or, your friends, I'm sorry, your high school. You'd had your thing with your high school and that was your first time of experience. What was your first comedic?
Oh no, that was when I was after I graduated college and I was living in Philadelphia. So when I first did the stand-up class, like I was like fully an adult and working like a 9 to 5, just to just in case it informs any other question you have.
Right, but my question is what was your experience on your first show that's at an actual venue that you're doing open mic for? What was that experience like? And can you go through that with me real quick?
Open mic. You know what? I don't know if I can remember my first open mic. It might have been. Oh no, I think it was at this place called Bourbon and Branch in Philadelphia, and. Honestly, the stand-up community is like pretty supportive. If you go up there and you're like, this is my first mic, blah, 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 people, it's not as scary and ruthless as all that. So, people were clapping, people are just supportive. And then I remember right after a comic came over, I remember his name's Bino. He was, I don't know where the fuck he is in the world right now, but he was a sweetheart. And he came up to me and he asked me to do his show, and I was like so fucking psyched. I was like, this is it. This is my bit. It's like first stop Bino show, second stop Netflix. Like that was I think before Netflix like produced stand up. But
right.
Yeah. No, not Gino.
Not Gino Bisconte.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen him around, but I know he's
Gino Bisconte?
Yeah, I know him.
Have you met him?
I used to, he used to be on my show. I ran a show. I don't know if he'd remember me, but I ran a show in like 2018, 2019 in the East Village. And we had him on a couple times. I don't know if you remember this at all. Yeah. How was he?
Yeah.
I think it was funny. Yeah.
No, we've had him on before on the show. He's great. I love Gino. He's a great New Yorker. I love him. You know, he's always a good man. He works with Anthony Cumia, right, on Hot Water and shit now on his podcasting and all
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And Aaron, what was he? Is Aaron Berg not on that anymore?
No, Aaron Berg left. He had a
Mm.
heart problems, and then Gino was
Oh
being a bitch
shit.
towards him, so he left. So guy drama. Who wants to get into that?
Guy
But
drama. So much more exciting than girl drama.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
so I kind of want to dive into like how you, as a comedian, because you've honed your craft for so long. You've done so many great things with probably your bits. You've been able to work them so well that you kill in rooms. What's your like take on working with a heckler? What's your worst experience with a heckler, and how'd you react to it?
So I don't know how this has happened, but I've never had a traditional heckler.
You're lying.
So I've never had someone that's like, you suck, get off, blah, blah, blah. Like I don't think I've had a situation where I've had to like flag down security. And I think I know why. I've thought about this. And I think because I give off like such a self-deprecating, like nebbish vibe up there that you would, yeah. Oh, I mean, I think so. Like
I watched one of your clips. You didn't see self-deprecating. What's one of your
really,
jokes? What's one of your jokes that's self-deprecating?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of like sex jokes and stuff. Obviously, I'm a woman, but yeah, I think everything. I think I say everything with like a blanket of apology. Like everything I say is always,
You have your head down and everything.
yeah, I'm just like, is that okay? I don't know, because that's an exaggeration of my personality. I'm a very apologetic person, apologetic for my existence. Like, sorry, just like little things like being here is a bummer to everyone else. So I think people and not only that, but I also don't have a ton of controversial material. So I think I'm a hard person to heckle. I will say I have had just like drunk people try to chime in, like I've had, yeah, like I think that's, and what I do is I just don't engage, like, and that's a double-edged sword, because on one hand, the good part of that is that they eventually stop and I just move on with my set. Right. But the bad part of that is like I don't have a lot of entertaining crowd work clips, because that's just also not me. Like I consider myself, yeah, and they do, and it is really popular now. Like maybe I'll try to do it, but it's like I consider myself first and foremost a writer before even like a performer.
You're like Tina Fey then.
I feel like I'm more in that category than like a Sarah Silverman. Like I do, you fucked up, run it back. But like, so because of that, I don't want to argue. I don't want to like shit on people. I don't want to like riff or engage, which is not as entertaining. But yeah, I think people will heckle, or they'll join in, and I'll either try to welcome them in for a second, and then if they don't shut the fuck up, then I'll ignore them. And then if they still don't shut up, I'm like, okay, you're done now. And then that usually just, that simple thing usually garners a laugh. But I don't, I mean, I would kill to be like Sam Morril with crowd work, Jesus Christ. But maybe one day. I think I need to have a little more confidence for that.
Maybe a little bit more wine. But let's, so as a female, you go to New York City. I'm pretty sure New York City back in 2000. I'm sure you moved there. What year did you move into New York City at?
2016.
2016 is probably pretty, I would say, not raunchy, but it's probably, still, before COVID, it's probably still alive. There's a lot of shit going on, all this other shit. You go there, you move from PA, probably from a small town, I'm guessing, correct?
Well, I moved from Philly.
Oh shit! Okay, never mind. So you're used to this,
yeah. Which is a way harder place to live than New York, in my opinion.
No, I've seen the clips. No, yeah. So moved to New York, Manhattan. I'm guessing, right on the fucking.
No, I've always been a Brooklyn girl.
Brooklyn. Oh, so
Could
you're
never
Brooklyn.
afford Manhattan.
So you're New Jersey.
No, Brooklyn is another borough. So
Oh
it's
shit, my bad.
Manhattan, Brooklyn,
I'm a hillbilly, so
Queens.
ignore my
No, I mean,
accomplishment.
it's who fucking cares? It's like the
Who cares?
yeah. I mean, Brooklyn. Honestly, New Jersey is easier to get to. Like, it's a shorter commute to go from New Jersey to
Right.
Manhattan than it is to go to Brooklyn to
No
Manhattan.
shit.
A lot of the times, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Like,
I
I
didn't
lived
know
in
that.
Jersey for 4 months, and it was like 30 minutes door to my office, and here, like, I'm out here.
Right. So, is that your cat looking for your ass?
Yeah, I'm just looking at
No.
her.
So you go to New York City, the Big Apple. You're killing it. You're doing comedy. You're a small fish in a big pond. You're meeting probably a lot of comedians who are encouraging you. They're inspiring you. The sky's the limit at this point in time while you're there. Probably right when you first get there.
Sure, yeah.
Who did you kind of like? Did you when you went to the stand or wherever you went to in New York? Could you kind of like not leech yourself onto, but did you kind of like gravitate towards these people, towards certain comedians that you wanted to befriend to help you out? Was there anyone there? Did you
So
do all on your
I
own?
am like the saying play to your strengths, right?
Okay.
My weakness is hanging out. Like, I'm not going to charm anyone with just like my vibes. So I was always very shy. I was always a person like I'd go to the mic, I'd do my thing, I'd like kind of stay in the background. I'd befriend a lot of weirdos maybe, but I was never, like I was never for better or worse like a social climber, if that makes sense. And
Oh,
I
I got
don't
you. Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
don't mean
asking.
that
Yeah.
in a bad way because I
Okay.
do think it's like very savvy and very
You have to do it to some
advantageous.
extent. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but it wasn't until honestly like a couple years ago where I started regularly interacting with higher profile people.
Okay.
Um, and that I felt better about that because it just happened more organically. It was like, okay, now we're on the same shows. Now I'm hosting you. Now we're like kind of peers versus me being this open micer and then going to like hang and then just being like, hey, you're this person. Can you help me? And now it's like I'm friends with established comedians who are like, hey, I could recommend you for this thing. Hey, come feature for me. And it feels a lot more, I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot more genuine.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. So you want to be more genuine towards people. Obviously aren't just going to be like you said, reach. Kind of just what's the word I'm
Only
looking for?
because I don't have that thing. I'm sure if I was a better bullshitter, I would 1,000% work the room. But like me working a room, like even on Friday, I went to hang out on some spots to just be like, let me check out these spots and these shows and like have FaceTime with the producers. And I'm like, I did more harm than good. I'm so uncomfortable. I make people so uncomfortable. Like, I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna have some wine. I'm gonna send some emails. Like that is my
Right.
forte. It is writing emails, not hanging out. I'm not
Okay.
fun.
So you're not a social butterfly then, are you?
I am, but like not usually with comedy people. Like I
Oh
have a
shit.
very core group of friends. I'm down to kind of like I have my core group in comedy, but it like hanging to get people to like me
Yeah.
makes me very anxious. I think anything that's like performative or disingenuous makes me very like I'm not at it. I just overthink situations and which is most comedians, honestly. It's like if you go to a comedian party, you'd
I
think
bet.
it's like just fun riffing,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It's just
Full of
mostly a lot of
anxiousness.
people in their heads trying to like out riff each other.
That
Like that's what it is. It's so exhausting.
what? All right. Okay, shit.
It's
But
fun. I love this community. I
right,
love all these
right.
people. But I'm just saying
Not every night.
it well, yeah, but it's also like it you have to have this certain muscle to like walk into a room. Comedy is very like cool.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like if you're cool and comfortable and people like you and you're a good hang, you're going to get further. If you're a fucking little theater nerd like me, stick to writing. Like stick to proving yourself on stage.
Pull a Tina Fey, maybe Alec Baldwin might pick you up. But let's get back into it real quick. I kind of want to have you answer this question. Do male comedians try to get you to feature and then want to hook up? Does that ever happen to you?
That happened. It's happened like a couple of times.
Oh,
One was no, I'm not going to name names. It's never been someone who's asked me to feature because I wouldn't like, I have a spidey sense for that, and I wouldn't go on the road or feature with someone who I like. Even if I get a slight thing, I'll be like, hey, looking forward to keeping this professional or something, you know,
around those
of that nature. Yeah. I have had, back in my earlier days, I have had people who were like, let's produce a show together. One line you'll get a lot is like, let's write together. Like, hey, just wondering if you want to write together. And I'm like literally, I would hate nothing less. Or I would, like wine. Nothing. I would hate nothing more than sitting, you know.
Wine. Why don't you sit on the bed?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you don't. No, I'm here for business.
Use that.
yeah. Do you have any tags? Do you have any punch ups for my balls? Like, yeah, I would like to punch your balls so that you leave me alone. But no, I think I've been lucky. I've only gotten harassed like a couple of times, and they've both been times where I can. Again, lucky. That's the good part of like keeping your head down, like, and
being you are kind of an introvert. Aren't you?
I'm not a goody goody. I just like I don't make a splash, which is why. This is fucking with me. This is like I'm trying to adjust this, but it's mirrored, so I'm like looking. I'm not a goody goody. I just don't.
Keep your head down low. You know,
I keep my head down.
You're not hanging out the Harvey Weinsteins and shit. You know,
right. There was someone who's like a little higher profile, asked me to be on his show. I was on his show a few times. What?
Was it Kevin Brennan trying to get you on his show?
No, I'm not gonna name names. And he was flirting with me a lot, and I was constantly swatting it away. And one time he flirted with me a little bit too much, and I called him out. And this was after like 2 years. Like if he had texted any other Brooklyn or New York female comedian, he would have been screenshotted and like posted on a private Facebook group. Yeah. But I was like, I'm not going to do that to I don't really care. I'm not going to do that. And then I called him out, and I haven't gotten booked on that show since. And it was like a very polite, funny call out. I was like, yeah, I bet your wife and kid would love that too. And he was like, thanks for the reminder. And I'm just like, dude. Yeah. And then never, but it's like it's just like it is so
a kid and a wife or a female, you know, sperm donor you're working with. This is like Jesus Christ.
Well, also it's like read the room. Like we're not friends. We're not like it's post 2016. Like it's post Harvey Weinstein. The balls to do that. But no, I've been very, very lucky in that I haven't gotten a lot of negative or aggressive male attention in the scene, but it is a huge problem. And I know a lot of people who have like suffered career opportunities, and the health of their career has suffered because they've had to choose between like, do I let this person creep on me, or do I put up boundaries and lose this opportunity? So I think it hasn't gone anywhere. It's still very much a thing.
Don't ever let it, don't ever falter to that, because, it's just going to haunt you for the rest of your life. That's why you see women coming out 30 years. Yeah. That's why you see women coming out 30 years later fucking talking about it, because they finally built up the strength to say it. It's just so horrible to see,
Yeah. No, like I'll totally blow someone for a spot. I just need to think they're cute. Like I'll please like spread the word. Like Anyone at the cellar? No, let's do no.
Gracie, okay, let's stop talking about this now. I'm done. So let's go back.
Let's stop. I love your segues. Let's dig in. We're gonna stop talking about this. Okay, go. Love it. Nancy Grace in here.
I'm trying to take control here, and you're just on another level, and it's something I couldn't even comprehend reaching towards, because you're just somebody that I saw scrolling through Instagram, watching TikTok, and I saw your comedic value, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You can say I'm trolling, I'm not trolling. You actually made me laugh, and that's very hard for females to make me laugh, because I'm male, obviously. So
and women have fewer folds in their brains. And therefore that's why we can't drive or use power drills.
Exactly. See, oh my God, she's genius. See, that's why you're like,
gets it.
You remind me of Tina Fey, and I fucking love it. You are brilliant, and I swear to God, you need to do more of Tina Fey.
You're trolling. You're trolling me.
I'm not trolling you. You really remind me of Tina Fey a little bit. It's weird because I watched 38 Rock.
30 Rock.
30 Rock. That's it. I watched 30 Rock all the fucking time with Alec Baldwin and shit. It was honestly a great time.
I was hanging out with, not to be like a shameless name dropper, I was hanging out with Judah Friedlander the other night. He's a person. He's a Frank on 30 Rock. He's like the guy with the glasses and like the hat.
You met him?
Yeah, we're like friendly. He's gonna put a rec in for me for a club. He's very kind to do that. Yeah.
How was what kind of club are you gonna be working towards with that? Like, where you kind of think?
He's gonna rec me for an audition for The Stand. So I'm not there yet. My home is my home club is New York Comedy Club.
Yeah.
So, but I've done The Stand several, a lot throughout. I just
Judah Friedlander's a legendary comic.
He's a true intellect. I will say that he's on another level.
I don't believe Mir ever watched 30 Rock. You can suck my dick. Anyway, so let's get back into you. So Judah Friedland.
Get back India.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get back India.
You know how
because I'm half Indian.
Midwestern, something like that. But I do want to kind of dive back into your thing though. So not The Stand, but you said the other comedic club that you feature at all the time and whatnot at. How did you kind of develop that friendship, and what was your first experience working there? Was it a great club to work at?
That took so fucking long. Like
how so?
So I've also always had a full-time job and multiple. I've always had 5 jobs, including comedy. Okay. So I moved way slower than your average comic because I had some. We'll get into that later, but financial bullshit. But so that was I auditioned for their late night, which is kind of their up and coming amateur rounds that happen after the last show. And back then it was just a shit show. It was they would have 20 comics doing 5 minutes each, and the audience could just leave whenever they wanted. And if you weren't up in the first 3, you would be either performing for 2 fucking people by the end of it, because they could just, it was fucking ruthless. Now they've tailored it and they've engineered it to be right. It feels like an actual spot.
You're one person, it's my grandma on the stands. Come on.
Yeah, honestly, it was like they would put a list down. This was 2017, 2018. The manager would come, they'd put a list down. All of these comics were waiting around. They would fight. It was like that scene in World War Z where the zombies are climbing up the wall and they
yep.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes back to that. And can't escape it. And we would all sign up crazily and then have 4 minutes. Anyway, so I started on that and then just slowly kind of made my way up the ranks. And now I guest or have a regular spot or host or now. And it's nice to have a home club where people and very cheers. Sometimes you got to go where everyone knows your name.
Right. Regulars are there that enjoy you and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you prefer hosting, honestly, or no?
No, and honest, but here's what I will say. I never thought of myself as a host because I don't think my crowd work game is that strong.
True. Yeah, you need crowd work.
But yeah, but I mean, like I have like teed up crowd work.
Mhm.
But then right after or in the pandemic, like 2021, I just was asked to host a lot. I don't know what it was. I have a theory that people like accidentally booked too many white male comics and they were like, we need a brown woman stat. And they were like, can you host? And so I hosted at Fat Black Pussycat for a while. So that's like the third. There's the Cellar, Comedy Underground, Fat Black Pussycat. So I hosted a show there for a while. It was like a produced show, and then I started hosting. So yeah, I mean, most places the host is paid more, but it's also like kind of a thankless job. You know, like I'm never like filming my host set because, but
It's
I
the
will
host set.
say, right, right. But I will say, like, I do take pride in doing the job well. Like, I take pride in like setting up the show for comedians that I respect. And it's a really helpful tool. Like, it's really helpful to know how to host and be comfortable and familiar with it.
So what I'm taking from that is you're very, I would say, you have a lot of, you know how to utilize a lot of tools around you. You know how to, I would say, what I'm judging from you is your parents raised you well. You're not a bimbo. You're not an idiot. No, they raised you great. Come on now.
They fucked me up, and I want to be a bimbo so badly. Do you see this
Why?
sterling silver chain?
You're not a bimbo though. Look, have you heard yourself talking for the past 46 minutes? You're not a bimbo.
I'm from California, bitch. I can be a
See, no, no, no,
bimbo.
no, 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 no. You can't pull it off as much as you want to. You can't do it, sister. You can't do
That's
it.
me. That's my real speaking voice. You can't see because it's on the back of my laptop, but I do have a sticker that says "Dumb Bitch University."
You're
It's like
not
a little
dumb.
crest.
You're not dumb. I'm
I
legitly.
want to do it.
You're not dumb. I'm listening to you right now. You're not dumb. You're a very smart individual.
Stop.
You're no,
Stop.
I won't.
Stop. You're too young for me. Okay.
I know, I
Just
know, I know, I
okay.
know. Don't worry about it. Don't you know what they say in show business? Don't worry about it. All right. So I'm gonna
Don't
tell you
forget
this.
about it. Forget about it. Was
Forget
that?
it.
As they say, don't worry about it. That's so fucking funny. Fucking do a stand-up set, open and close with that. That's amazing.
I will not.
That's amazing.
Do that. I
Yeah.
cannot. I'll do music, but I
Yes.
won't do fucking stand up ever. But you
Good.
do seem fuck you good.
No,
What?
good as in like spare yourself.
Oh,
Not
okay,
good
okay,
as in you're
okay.
not funny. Good as in like that's a great life decision. Like it was like you just told me that you weren't going to be a stripper. Like good for you.
Thanks,
Go
mom.
back to med school.
Thanks, mom.
Mhm.
She goes, mm-hmm. All right.
Mhm.
Here you go, sister. But you do seem, in my opinion, so far talking to you, you do seem like the great New Yorker female comedian. I thought you would be. And then you kind of even broadened my eyes even more with the Tina Fey, correlation here. And just how you talk and how you present yourself and how your mind kind of, I would say, divulges and constructs ideologies within it is just amazing. So I just want to continue with that. You're on the right track, and I love it.
Thank you. This is making my day. I literally spent all fucking day and all week feeling like the biggest piece of shit failure
Why?
ever.
Why?
Um, because I'm not where I want to be. Like, I'm still, yeah, I'm just not where I want to be. I'm like, I'm not passed at a lot of clubs.
Yeah.
People don't really know, like, people, like, I might have a splash on social media right now, but like, I feel like I don't carry a ton of weight in the New York scene. Like there's so many of us that like it's yeah, I spent a lot of time today just feeling very down on myself, like I'm behind. And I think the hardest part too is when you feel not behind in your career, but like you're not creatively fulfilling your potential.
Right.
Like when you're not happy with your work,
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, I
then
understand that. Yeah.
that's
I mean,
yeah.
I've written.
Sorry, I didn't
I've
mean
done
to like
music.
bring it down. I didn't mean to be a
Oh,
bummer. I
I
just
like being
like
depressed. I write depression music. So
good.
I'm
I
a
write
SoundCloud
depression
rapper.
music. It's
I'm
just
a great SoundCloud music, so it's all good. I live to get really dirty, kill my
yeah, we
people.
also don't have to. This is like depression light for me. So
No, yeah, it's
let's
fun.
go.
No. So you don't feel like you're like fulfilling what you kind of set out to do in New York, I'm guessing to some extent, like overall.
Or no, it's like no, I am. Like I feel very
Okay.
proud of the strides that I've made and stuff. It's more just like I feel like there's there's two sides when I think you're any kind of artist, right? And one side is like the email side, right? And the branding yourself on social media and the reaching out to people and the getting paid and the business side. And then the other side is, okay, am I digging deep? Am I writing? Am I expressing things that I believe in? Am I being original? Am I saying things only that I can say? And it's hard to toggle between the two of those. And often it feels like one is winning more than the other.
Okay.
Hell yeah. You got a lot of fans. Look at all your love that you're getting.
I don't know. It's crazy. I'm insanely
Mm.
famous. But let's get
I feel the same way. Yeah. Also didn't mean for you to have me on and then be like, yeah, I'm such a fucking loser. But it's like
No, you're not a loser. I'm like, here's my Jesus Christ, Gracie. You're not a loser.
no, hold on. No. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to say like I meant to say I didn't want to come on and then for me to be like a bummer up in here. I'm just trying to talk like I think this is the universal experience for most comics and most artists is we're kind of
What
like
does that mean?
meaning just like you're like, okay, I'm not getting ahead enough in my career. Okay, now I am making strides, but oh no, now I feel hacky because the reason that I'm like making strides is because it's like, and then like, oh, I am making strides, but now like my finances are taking a toll, and now my finances are good, but my health is taking a toll. It's like you have all of these bars that you're constantly trying to push up, and one is always falling short.
Right.
Yeah. Too much, bro?
No, it's just
Too
like
much? We getting too real?
no, I can get real with you, girl. I don't give a fuck. I write. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Go for it.
No, I won't. But like you, I have a certain pedigree, a certain level where I won't go to because one day possibly I might be in the who knows. But
Yeah. You want to protect yourself.
yeah, I can't say faggot. I can't say any of these crazy things. But
you just did. Don't look now, but that just happened.
Yeah, I know. I can't say that. But anyway, I kind of want to dive deeper into you, Gracie, here. So you're in New York. You're possibly actually gonna. Actually, honestly, I think it will happen at some point. You will go to the stand. You are talented enough to go to the stand, and
thank you. No, I've been up at the stand a bit.
Okay.
I'm just not on their house shows. So comedy clubs, stop me if you know this already, because I don't want to woman-splain. But comedy clubs have usually they have house shows, which is like by their internal booker. And they're like, these are the comedians on our roster. This is like our in-house team. And then they have produced slots, which are like external producers. So I've done a lot of like externally produced shows at the stand, and like a couple guest spots on house shows, but I would like to be, or like I would just like to be part of the in-house team of like in-house roster where they're like, we're going to regularly book you for house shows. So that's just a little comedy inside baseball for y'all.
No, well, I hope it works out for you, for real, dude. Because that's a huge.
Me too.
She goes, no, you can't.
Love to be successful.
Jesus, you're just like Tina Fey, and I love it. I'm literally watching an episode of 30 Rock right now. It's crazy to watch.
My friends in high school used to call me Lemon.
Really? No, they did not.
because of that.
Her, yeah,
Yeah.
no, her last name, yeah, Lemon. No, they
Because
didn't.
like I used to kind of like dress like that too. I was very like modest, and I mean I still kind of am, but yeah, I wore a lot of like flannel and
Flannel.
like
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
look
body
you,
coverage.
you look perfectly beautiful. You're totally fine. All right.
Oh my
So let's
god.
get,
Oh my god, stop.
I know,
Oh
I
my
know.
god. Keep
OnlyFans, here we
going. Oh
come.
my god, stop.
Have you seen that nasty bitch on Instagram, by the way? That looks like 500 pounds with like the troll face that everyone's like promoting and shit. Have you seen that chick?
What is it?
Have you seen
Is her
that?
name Nasty Bitch, or did you just like
No, no,
freely
no,
say
no. She,
that
I really said
phrase?
that. I really said that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know who this is.
No, she looks like she's like literally like 500 pounds. She's got like, she looks
Is
like,
that bad?
no, I mean, 500 pounds when you're at that point, that might be bad. I'm all about
It
fat
might
too.
be bad for your health. I don't know. This
I
is one of the
support.
this is what I
Whoa,
opt
whoa, whoa,
out.
whoa, 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 Gracie, hang on there. Don't
Whoa,
say nothing right
whoa.
now. I gotta say something. Hang on. I support fatism as much as the next person. I mean, I'm packing a few
Fatism. I've
pounds.
never heard that.
Well, you're in New York. You should have heard it by now. I support you being
Fatism?
fat. I'm not gonna lie. I do support it. You can be as fat as you want. I think it's beautiful. You know, I'd fuck you if you're 100 pounds. I mean, 500 pounds. Who knows? But this chick looks like something out of a sci-fi film. I've never seen anything
Okay.
like this. I
Okay.
probably won't even pull up a picture because it's so disturbing.
Please don't. How did we get to this topic?
You ever heard of Fresh and Fit?
No.
Okay, never mind. We're not gonna get into it. Anyway, let's go back into it.
No. Please don't pull me into this. Don't put me in a position where I have to comment on this.
I don't
The
want to.
worst thing, even worse than Israel Palestine, the worst thing you could pull me into is like women's body positivity. That's just, I'm just going to say something horrible. All I could say, my blanket statement for this is yes, queen.
Yes,
that is my
queen.
blanket. That is going to be my answer to literally.
Her panties could basically cover me like a mummy. All right, you don't want
Yes.
that.
Yes, queen. This is also the other thing too. Is like the reason that I have so few opinions in general is because like I'm such a fucking narcissist that I'm like I don't care. Is your shit affecting me? Like I'm like I don't like when it comes to politics, body positivity, whatever. When people are like these like I feel like part of the problem isn't that people have opinions. It's they have so many opinions on things that literally will never affect their life. You know? Like that's
Right.
if you have an opinion on like something that's happening at your work or something that's happening in your relationship or whatever. But it's like if you have an opinion on some political thing or some set of like social people or trans people or something that has like nothing, it will never affect your life. How do you even have the energy? That's what I'm in awe of. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to like pay my bills right now. I'm trying to like clean up my cat's vomit. Like I don't have time.
I got a question for you then, sister. What's the most political garbage you ever heard spewed on a mic on in like a stand-up scene? You're like,
oh my god,
like,
there's too many. There's too many. I can't remember.
What you're like, dude, come on. This is stand up, not a fucking political stand for you to fucking spew your shit. Like, what's the worst thing you've ever heard?
I think I can't recall like specifics, but there have been a lot of moments where I'm at a mic and clearly it's usually, I will say, it's usually a newer comic.
Okay.
So newer comics who are like 1 to 2 years in, they'll see people like Louis C.K. and Bill Burr and Chappelle, right? Like
Anthony saying they're crazy. Louis J. Gomez saying they're crazy shit, you know.
Right. And they don't know because they are new that these people have been in the game for 20, 30 years. They have gotten to the level where they can address those serious things.
Right, and they have the fan base to back them up and or just listen. They gain the worthiness to be listened to.
They've gained the trust. They've honed their tools or whatever. So I will say I can't remember. Oh my god, look at how fucking cute my cat is.
I just want to eat
so
that. I'm like a Chinese kitchen right now. I just want to cook her up. But continue on.
She's so cute. I support that. I support.
I'm sure you do.
So I will say when people ask me about starting stand up, I say stay away from The two R's.
That's not the question I'm asking you.
RAC.
What's the weirdest, like, out of pocket fucking thing that some crazy person said to you that about political shit? Like, can you go with that?
I honestly can't remember. I remember hearing like a really distasteful trans joke.
Oh, Chrissy Mayer, or whatever.
No, it was I don't name names. I don't, but it was like this person did this joke for a while, and I personally never saw it get laughs, but they kept doing it, and then like it just blatantly wasn't funny. It was like comparing a trans person to an animal, and that was literally kind of the gist of the joke. And like I'm not a prude. Like I will laugh at horrible shit.
I'll laugh at anything.
I will laugh at horrible shit if you make it funny. Like I will laugh at.
I don't care.
Yeah, like I laughed at. Do you actually have a kid?
Yes.
You do? Oh my God, you're so young. You're so young.
3 months.
What do you mean you have a baby?
4 months old.
What the fuck? Congratulations. That's nuts.
That's right.
You're a dad?
Daddy Mir over here. You know how it goes.
That's crazy. What's her name? His name?
I'm not saying anything on this fucking show.
Okay, it's true. How many people do we have on here now? Tell me. Come on.
We had 10. We dropped to 9, but we have a super chat coming in real quick before we continue. Ray DeVito is the world's most famous anti-fat comic.
I like how you said Antifa. Like it's Antifa. Like it's a mix of Antifa and anti-fat. Okay, so you asked me. So I will say, like off the top of my head, that was probably
popping now.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one. Was like, or like the most memorable one. And then they went up to a trans comic after, and they were like, "Hey, I hope it was cool that I said that joke." And she was like, "To be honest, like if you're asking, it like wasn't like, because it's not really funny. Like you're not saying anything insightful. You're just saying you're just comparing those people to
Gracie, we're breaking 13 now, so let's keep going. We're killing it now. People are joining the
show. Hell yeah.
So transgender people are good. Don't talk shit on them like the comedians are doing. Like that guy, you said 2 years in, he's at least like,
or he was something. He was like newish. I mean, look, you can talk shit about anyone. Like Chappelle in his last and final Netflix special had, did like
with that shit. You remember that debacle? We almost got killed.
Yeah. No, wait. No, someone else got. I thought that was someone else that got charged.
That was Dave Chappelle. He got charged on stage, and that person tried to stab him.
But it's like, damn, that's crazy. That's all I have to say about that. Is damn it with a what?
He was doing transgender jokes, and the person like was like, yelling about it afterwards. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I liked his special.
It was good.
I think, I liked it. But also, here's what I will say is that I liked it. I found it funny. I found it tactful. But I'm also not trans. So, you know what I mean? Like I don't, I get really upset when people tell people that they shouldn't be upset by things. People should be able to, comics should be able to say what they want to say as long as it's fucking funny. And then people should be able to get offended by it.
Right.
That's like that. You can't ask for one and not have the other.
So,
you know, so.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Perfect.
That was it.
So you said earlier real quick that you had to grab more wine or something. I got to rip a piss so fucking bad. Do you want to come back?
Piss. Sure. Yeah, I'll get more wine. More wine.
More wine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then
back a little bit.
We got like to like a 10:50 in us. My time.
Yeah. Sure. I don't care. I got a whole pack of White Claws.
Amazing.
So everybody, I just want to say thank you so much for watching so far. It's been a great interview. She's an amazing woman, an amazing talent, and I'm just honored to be here with her right now. And just wait for the pause, intermission. We'll be right back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone's enjoying the show. Hope everything's going great. I'm about 5 drinks deep.
You're 5 drinks deep.
Yeah, we're interviewing. This is how interviews roll on Mir Musk. It's a night show. We get lit.
We get lit. It's Monday. I needed this. I was gonna get tipsy. I'm usually not an at-home drinker, but I needed to get tipsy tonight because I had a whole depressed day. I had a depressed day. So what else are you supposed to do? How's the volume?
You're amazing, sweetheart.
No, I'm loud.
You are loud, Jesus. Yes.
How?
Are you on? Are you in the interface? What are you doing?
What does interface even mean?
Oh, do you have
Hold on. Well, all I have is this mic.
Just you can't lower
automatically adjust mic volume. Wait, how about this?
Oh my god. This chick.
Wait, is this better?
Yes. Dude, are you for real this whole entire time? This chick. This is why women shouldn't control things.
Okay, so
you're how dark amazing now. What the fuck? Gracie,
how dark?
This whole interview you've been hot as fuck. I mean, no pun intended.
That's so funny, guys. I'm so sorry. I am working on a joke right now. Can I tell you this is along the lines of women not being able to like do shit?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Oh no, it's about like along the lines of like women can't operate things,
you guys are,
which I think is really funny. So
yeah,
I'm working on a bunch of like suicide material right now. No, it's so fun. I wish I could literally do like 45 minutes of suicide material, but I'd bum everyone out. And so I was doing some research for it, and I found out that like men are far more likely to kill themselves with firearms than women are. And I looked into it, and it was the reasons were one, very nice, which is women are considerate of their loved ones and they don't want people to find their like disfigured bodies. 2, vanity, right? They don't want to be like have their face.
What the fuck? So her shit just died. Looks like. Who knows? Mer can't operate things either or podcast. Oh, there she is. What the fuck happened? I don't know what just happened. Your shit just like quit the fuck out. You're on your other shit now.
And now I'm.
Yeah.
Did it just die? Hold on.
Her battery.
Technical. No, it shouldn't be.
Also,
no, my battery didn't run out because it's
Gracie,
charging.
Right, Gracie, you sounded perfect though. Just continue. You sound great.
Okay, all right. Okay, guys.
Can you up your volume at any point or no?
I can up it.
Wait.
Better?
Yes, you're perfect right there.
Better? Okay.
No, go down, go down. Go down.
We're doing it low 5.
Right there, stop right there. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. I looked so clear on the other one, and now I'm just like a normal person again. What the fuck was I saying?
Talking about suicide and how
okay. So number 1 reason, they don't want people to find their disfigured body. Second reason, vanity. They don't want people to like they don't want to look bad. We don't want to fuck up our hair. But the third one, which I thought was so funny, was like women are just less familiar with how guns work. And I thought that was so funny because it was just like I'm just picturing a woman like I don't know. Is this thing on? Like I can't figure it out. But anyway, so same thing with the mic. But now I'm here and now it works.
You want to hear a horrible story?
Yes.
So my buddy is a EMT, right?
Okay. I'm with you so far.
And he goes to a lot of suicides and shit. And this little girl, 12-year-old girl, committed suicide.
Oh my god, that's so sad. That's
he pulled up to their house and whatnot, and he said like he was traumatized by this, you know. he had to go in there, because when you go in there and they say, "Oh, there's a person injured," you have to go in there, and make sure they're alive so you can like, support them or bring them to the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my God.
He went in there and she blew off her fucking face, like right here, like her brains rolled the goddamn like walls and shit. Like half her skull was open. Yeah, dude, that shit ain't no joke.
Was that the story?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought that this like had a
There's a
happy ending or
punchline. Yeah, there's a
something. Oh
punchline to
my
the Suicide
God.
Kid.
That is so crazy.
So my thing is this: how
can't.
are you gonna
Oh.
make suicide funny? Because I just told you a real suicide story, and that shit was
I use my own experience.
Ha
So
ha,
it's
dude.
the same way. It's the same way you make anything else funny. Is you use your own experience,
Right.
so that you're laughing with people and not at them. You know. So I had I was gonna post this clip tomorrow, maybe, but had kind of an incident like 8 years ago. But because of that, I can be like, I can make fun of it for me,
Okay.
in a way that's not like laughing or being cruel at other people. Like right now
Because
I'm
we don't
talking
want that.
about how, yeah, no one wants to be made to feel unsafe. Like I talk about how like I had an incident. I don't like calling it an attempt. So I just call it like the ultimate Irish goodbye,
Yeah.
because like that's what I do anyway. I am like an Irish goodbyer. So it's just kind of this thing where you're like Irish goodbying life. And that usually like kicks things off well. And then you just need to laugh to then be able to like get deeper into the topic.
You have to take a step back. I'm guessing, right, to be
I
able to take a
what?
laugh. No, I'm totally wrong. Go ahead, continue.
No, I had to take a step back to what?
No, I'm speaking out of pocket. Continue your story. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was it. It was just a rant of like, I would never touch.
Children.
Yeah, just like a little noogie on their birthday or something. But
Yeah, right.
I would never touch subjects that I don't have like a personal tie to, because I
Oh, I
don't.
get that. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just me, because I'm not like brave or edgy enough to like lean in. I have to be like, is this okay? Like that's gonna be the name of my special. Like, is this
Is this
okay?
okay? Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. Like, man. But I'm like, look, that's my fucking brand. It is what it is. I'm an apology, bitch. Let's go.
You're not an apology. You know what? You know what? This is the funny thing, everybody, because I'm starting to watch her. I'm starting to talk to you more, and I'm starting to understand you, Gracie. And I don't think a lot of people understand this about you. You are very sly. You almost caught me there in the first half, but we kind of came back. You're very apologetic, but I can tell there's a darker presence behind you when it comes to that. That's why
I will say when I'm backed into a corner, I will say like
you'll
that, like
bite.
yeah, like if I, but that's kind of it. Like I have learned in the past few years to like hold the line when it comes to like my boundaries and my shit. So I'm like, Bennett, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll be really, really nice. Okay, you're getting a little close. You're getting a little, and then I'm like, like, no, get the fuck away, But it takes a long time. It takes you like coming over the side of my fence when I've given you warning.
Right.
Are these people like for real this nice?
Yes, we love you here.
Are you
You're
guys
awesome.
like this isn't a prank? Like you guys aren't
No,
all
I'm
just
for
because
no, Gracie.
okay.
We've had like people like Stuttering John, Bob Levy, Annie Dig. It don't matter. We're a real interviewing show. We want to actually get to know you. I might joke with you, fuck with you, and like the kid shit. Who knows?
Please joke with me, fuck with me. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
it's
told you,
fun,
I
but
had a traumatic childhood.
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
my fucking comfy space,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
Like what we're doing here is we are not trolling because that's too easy. We want to be to the point, like a real talk. We want to interview you. Not we don't want to suck your fucking clit, but we want to be there just
Love
enough.
that. Love that.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Feminism.
No. We want to just be there, and I'll say my views. You say your views. We have a conversation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're not trying to troll you and push a narrative. I don't
Yeah.
want to push a narrative here because I don't give a fuck about anything. I'll let you know right now.
Will you guys all follow me on Instagram?
Everyone, please follow her on Instagram. She's an amazing individual, and I love talking to her. She's amazing.
You'll
So
plug
let's
me
get back into
after.
it. So let's get into your boyfriends here, because you said we would touch on this when we first started the interview. Your ex-boyfriends.
My boyfriends. Did you say boyfriends? Plural?
Oh.
I'm asking you, did you say boyfriend or
I
boyfriends?
said ex-boyfriends.
Oh, my ex. Oh, I think you said ex. Yeah, we can talk about that. What do you want me to give you the log line? I'm not allowed. Oh no, you're making me laugh too hard. You're splitting my
I'm
skull, my
spitting into
cut.
my mic, so I gotta calm
Uh,
down.
so I dated someone from 20 to 27. I'm now 32. We broke up 5 years ago. We did not plan it, but we became friends. Then we became very, very good friends. Then he moved back to New York just as I was coming back from like a 2-month tour. And I was like, I don't have anywhere to live. And he was like, I just got a 2-bedroom apartment. And I was like, guess who is renting that second bedroom?
Guess who's making
Yeah,
babies?
yeah, this was our second. This is our shared cat. Like the reason that this bitch is here
A shared
is because
cat?
yeah, well, it was a cat we had when we were together.
Oh
So
shit!
it's great. So it's like we've spent all weekend with his girlfriend here, whose name is also Grace.
What?
Calling, yeah, and then she
That's
brought her
hot.
cat over here. Yeah, so it's like like I can be real chaotic, but also when I love having like good, healthy, close so I would say don't plan on being friends with your ex, but if it happens, it happens, you
Are you
know?
guys actually friends, or would you, like,
No, we've never once backslid. We've
really?
never once backslid. We are like bros
The
at this
fans
point,
don't
which
believe
honest
you.
through no, she and I would before he and I did. That's absolutely
Gracie on Gracie
yeah.
action. I like that. That's kind of actually that sounds kind of
Gracie,
hot, but I kind of want to like dive into who you are honestly as a person at this point, because the
okay.
suicide jokes kind of altered me a little bit here, because I've
Mhm.
had suicides in my life, not by
Yeah,
me personally, but I witnessed it.
sure, that makes sense.
And you make jokes about it, correct?
Yeah, I'm working on some new stuff
Have you
about
ever
it.
had any friends commit suicide before?
Yeah, I have not close friends, but I've had like classmates
That don't mean shit.
and
You haven't talked to them probably in
oh,
years, right?
what? No, I haven't had. I've had
Exactly.
people with like attempts, things like that, but
You probably don't know anything about them before they killed themselves, correct? Am I
no,
right?
I did. No, I
Barely
did. I had
anything?
a no. I knew a lot about the person. It was
Or
a
car?
close friend of my ex-boyfriend, and we actually spent a lot of time together.
Oh shit, okay.
Um,
I'm sorry to hear, buddy.
and no, it's fine. I mean, like, I also don't know what like your thesis is here. I don't know what your
No,
end.
I'm about
I don't know what your end point
I'm gonna
is,
pull
but
something.
I've never had anyone. Yeah, like I don't think I've never had like a sibling or like a best friend
Or
or
just like someone
um.
that you're friends with. You never had that actually happen to you,
Yeah,
right?
no, I
Or
don't
you
think so.
never
I've been
seen someone
very.
blow their heads off in front of you, right?
Nope, that is not something that has happened to me.
Okay. Anyway, so let's get back into it. So we're gonna dive into something else here. So I
You
really
just
do.
want
I kind of want to dive back into your New York career here. You have a lot of stuff going on at the stand and whatnot. Can you kind of like tell me about possibly what your mindset is at post comedic career? Are you kind of moving towards films a little bit or writing? Like maybe, or is it just you're trying to just put hardcore push? Because we've had comedians on here before about their uh stand up career where they're just going balls to the wall. Are you kind of just leaning back a
yeah,
little bit?
I'm using stand up as a tool to get leverage and visibility. So my end goal is writing, acting, filmmaking. I would truly like my dream right now is to be in a writer's room. I'm
Like
working on a couple
SNL
projects.
maybe? Do you want are you trying are
To
you,
be
TV
To be
shows more?
honest, I love more of like a narrative, like working on something like the other two, or back in the
Ooh,
day, Arrested Development, something like that. Like I really love characters. I really love stories.
what's that waitress
Um,
film? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
hmm?
I'm so sorry for interrupting. I feel like it should have
No,
been.
no, you're good. The Waitress film. I think it was called Waitress. I think. Let's talk
No,
about
the
it.
one the fucking white bitch did. God damn it, Whitney Cummings. Two girls. What's it
Oh, Two
called?
Broke Girls.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd write on a multicam, sure, but like I love, like Schitt's Creek, just think I really gravitate towards things as like humor, but also a lot of heart. I love stand up. I don't think I'm using stand up as
I think you're
a
more than a
tool
stand up.
to gain visibility.
Yeah, I think you're
So
more than that, sister.
if someone like reads a sample of my like it's really hard for writers to get in there. But if you're like, oh, I'm a writer, I'm sending you a sample, like I have a lot of scripts and stuff. If I'm sending them to something and then it's like, oh, she's a multi hyphenate, in these days, that's like a lot more compelling.
Yeah.
Whereas like someone can read your script, right? But then they can look at your clips, they can look at your tape, and they can be like, I immediately get a feel for what this person is like, for like their tone, what they can bring to a room, things
Okay.
like that. So yeah, I will say like I'm not gunning for MSG. I don't even think that's like a possibility, but I do love it. I will say like I really love it.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Gracie. So, at some point in time, I want to be adult here with you, as an adult as we can be.
Despite the fact that you're basically a teenager with a child. You're a teenage father. Continue.
Hey, okay, I've seen 16 and pregnant. All right, I'm not that.
Yeah.
All right, asshole. I've seen that before. My sister showed me that when I was
It's
little.
a
It was
mere
scary.
10 years.
It was scary. It was
What is a
very
10-year
scary to
blip?
watch. Yeah, you've seen 16 and pregnant.
No, I don't like
What do you
reality
mean? No,
TV.
you're like 32 years old.
I know. Stop reminding me. No, I just like never really liked reality TV. It really stressed
What?
me out.
Why?
Yeah. Not anything. I just like I'll watch like Great British Baking Show or
That's
whatever.
our
Like I'll
shit.
watch
That's
something where
good.
they're like doing a craft, but I don't like when people are just like hanging out. I think as someone who like writes and does things and wants to be famous, I get really pissed about like watching people do nothing and like getting all this clout. Maybe that's what it is. Or also like coming from a writer father where he's like story this and story that, and then I'm just watching like people. I don't know. I don't know.
Have you
I also
heard
just
that?
like genuinely didn't find it entertaining.
So, you're single, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, I am. Proudly so. I was in relationships from when I was 18 to when I was 31. So between
That's
the
just
ages of
a
eight,
multitude, not just one. Just multitude.
yes,
Okay.
between the ages of 18 and 31, I was single for a total of 10 months. So now I'm very much trying to be like very single, very detached.
All right.
Um,
So, can I want to kind of like ask you a question here, honestly, as a woman,
as a female.
as a female. I'm sorry, ma'am. Um, I kind of just want to get like honest here with you here. So you're scaring me, and I feel very
Why?
because you're older than me. I feel like I'm talking. You know what I'm
I'm
saying.
not that much
I
older.
know
Like
you're not, asshole. I know you're
I
not.
would date a 26-year-old. So calm
You
down.
would.
Yes. I've dated the other way that old. I've dated like way older. I would date younger.
I'm just saying
I like that I scare you though.
you do scare me. I'm very like
Good.
I'm stepping on glass here. I'm tiptoeing on
No,
eggshells.
what do you want? Just shoot. Ask. So what
So
I'm
you're
single and I'm
32 years.
32 and you're worried, you want to know if I'm worried if my eggs are going bad or
No.
something?
No, my question is this though. You seem like a very smart, innocent woman. you you
Innocent.
you're very sweet and I love it because your eyes are wide open in this very dark world and witnessing it here firsthand, I just have to say this. You've had a multitude of men take you under their wing and
Take me under their wing. What are they teaching me karate? Jesus fucking Christ.
no, they're taking you under their wing as a young maiden, and they're forming they're forming you in certain aspects that have become a certain thing that you despise now.
Wait, what the fuck? Say that differently. These men took me. I wasn't, to be very clear, I wasn't like a sea urchin, like a street urchin that was adopted. Mir ain't got no game. Like I wasn't like what you just said described me as like they found me in a dumpster.
No, I'm not saying that. You got to think more metaphorically. All right, all right, beautiful. They swept you off your feet like Cinderella. Imagine the prince
No, they
fit that
didn't.
fit that
They didn't
slipper
at
into your
all.
foot.
They didn't at all. They were like
What do you mean they
dudes that
didn't?
were.
What was the
I
relationship
wasn't
like?
swept off my feet. I was like, I don't know. I sweep myself off my feet using men. Does that make sense?
What?
Like I
What's the
create
worst you've ever used a man?
what?
What's the worst you ever used a man? Because I'm a man, so how would you use one of us? What are
I
you
wouldn't
talking about?
use you at all. There's nothing I can gain from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
I don't use people in general, so I've never used anyone, but I'm like, I'll create my own like romantic comedy at you. Like I'll like be the charming person that I want that like will spur this romantic. Gracie's a spinner? What? You don't know I could be like 5'9". That's fucking who are these people? Are they all like
They're fans.
incels?
They're
Are they
fans.
gonna troll me?
Yeah, they're gonna troll you. You're fine.
Did you get my chat? I have to leave in like a couple minutes.
Oh shit, I didn't see it. You gotta
Yeah.
go.
No, that's fine. Figure out a way to what was your question?
Oh shit, my bad,
It
homie.
was
Yeah.
um it was your I'm a maiden and now I've gone the other way. No, I'll say more about it. I was just in very like sweet, dedicated, monogamous relationships for a very long time. And it's really hard as a woman who has a lot of ambitions and like goals to also balance a committed relationship where people expect things of you. I think it's a lot easier to do it as a man, to be honest. But if you're dating someone and they're like, "Hey, when is the marriage? When are the kids? When is the house? When are we doing this?"
Are you
It's kind of
against traditional?
exhausting.
Are you against that shit? Honestly.
I'm not against it. I know I don't want kids, maybe marriage. I don't think I'm ever going to be fully monogamous.
What?
Yeah, like if I marry someone at like 35, so and then we both live till 75, 80, there's no way we're not gonna fuck other people in that 45-year range. It's just about communicating it and like deciding when and where and what the other person is okay with. I wouldn't be like a poly situation, but
Right.
yeah, I think I know what I want. And basically right now what I'm looking for is like people who will be additive and easy and not get in my way.
All right, Gracie, we got like 20 seconds because I know you want to leave. You want to get out of here. You want to go to bed. You have a lot going on in your life. So I have one last question for you, okay?
Hmm.
And I know it's a lot of questions a lot of men ask you. Have you ever actually came during sex? Honestly. Be honest.
Yes.
All
Yeah. Yeah. You should ask your wife the same question.
I will, trust me.
Wonder what
I
she'll
can't.
say.
I hope to God she answers yes. Grace, hang on before you hang off, Gracie.
Otherwise, use my code to get 50% off your vibrator
There you
because
go.
all right, cool.
So, hang on, Gracie. I just want to say right now, it was honestly an honor meeting you. I loved it. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're very talented. I really hope the best for you in New York. I wish you the best.
Thank
Good luck
you.
there. I hope it works out for you.
Great hanging out with you.
Yeah. Don't suck too many dicks while you're out there.
No promises. No promises.
No, for real though. Good luck
But
with
I
the
don't do I
fans.
will say I don't do it to get ahead, no pun intended. I
Yes.
do it for the love of the game. So I just do it for the crafts. I don't do it as a transaction. I do it because it's my art and I want people to
It's
know.
not a transaction.
It's not a transaction. All
No.
right, you're awesome, dude. Thanks so much for
I love you,
having
Gracie.
me
Be safe.
and
Hope your
spread
eye
the good
works.
word.
Good luck.
Bye.
All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in to Mir Musk episode 30. It was an honor to meet Gracie Canaan. She was an amazing person. I loved her the whole every step of the way. And just tune in next time. See you guys Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye.